This girl shared a video on TikTok where she tearfully expressed her frustration at being unable to find a job despite holding 2 degrees and speaking 3 languages. She went door to door applying for minimum wage positions, only to be met with rejections.
But if I told you that the class of 2025 may be the most jobless generation in history,
especially for young college graduates in fields like tech and finance and consulting, the job picture is just much worse than it was.
Not because they are lazy or they are unlucky, because of a new trap called AI cheaters come to light.
A poll of 1,000 college students showed that almost 90% of them use the chatbot to help with homework.
I use it when I'm doing something that I don't usually.
In a June 2024 experiment, 100% AI written exam answers were injected into real university courses, and 94% of them went undetected by the professor. And it's not sci-fi, it's happening now, and it's getting worse day by day.
I was not prepared for the amount of students that were using it.
It felt like a cheat code.
Because as cheating with AI rises, so does the risk of graduating without true skills.
In the real world, people that used AI in school, you'll start to see kind of gaps in their problem solving and their understanding of the topics. Like, concepts will seem familiar to them because they've heard them before, but they won't actually mean anything to them.
And stepping into a job market where entry-level positions are disappearing completely.
Half of entry-level white-collar jobs disappearing and 10 to 20% unemployment in the next 1 to 5 years.
I don't know, maybe half the development is going to be done by AI.
And you think right now that you are winning today, but you might already be losing tomorrow.
A study from Microsoft and Carnegie Mellon published in February found, quote, higher confidence in generative AI is associated with less critical thinking.
And another thing, I can't do another day of a resume written by ChatGPT. You guys might think that we don't notice.
And in today's video, we will talk about how an addiction to AI shortcuts can become the single biggest threat our generation has ever faced.
This is the new thinking. The world of education is in a state of flux. The 3 R's now stand for rework, revamp, and review.
I mean, will we still need humans?
Not for most things.
I am Digital Detective and you are awesome. The AI cheating epidemic. Meet Alexa, everyone's favorite. Yeah, she's a top student on paper, but her secret weapon is ChatGPT. One click and her essay, assignment, and even entire exams are done. And here she is not alone.
A new survey found nearly half of teens say they will likely use AI to do their schoolwork this year, even though more than half in the same survey say they consider it cheating.
In the United Kingdom, a shockingly 97% of AI-generated exam answers go undetected and often score higher than real students.
Are there those of you that want to be in the cheater subset? Oh wow, everybody wants to cheat on it.
According to the Trinityn's latest report, 11% of all papers now show AI assistance. 3% are almost entirely AI written right now, and the teachers, they become powerless.
How confident are you that you've picked the cheaters out of the bunch?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm probably at about a 3.
Even many admit they can't spot AI written work. Some universities are so desperate that they're banning laptops and bringing back pen and paper into exams.
AI cheating is so out of hand in America's schools that the blue books are coming back.
But it's not just students right now. Even teachers are using AI to grade papers, set exams, and even write feedbacks to them. And on top of that, here in some US states, entire school districts are experimenting with AI-powered grading.
Now, some school districts are using an AI program to help tutor students.
Students in Paradise Valley Unified are piloting an AI tutoring program called Conmigo, which operates under Khan Academy. Curriculum districts and parents can use.
And the irony part here is that at Pace University in the United States, students were expelled because for using AI to write their papers.
He is believed to be the first student to be expelled from the U accused of using AI to cheat.
But at graduation, it was an AI that read out their names.
Kelly Danko, Sophia Cicero.
Guys, cheating with AI does not just inflate grades, it robs students of the practice they need to think critically, and if you graduate without those skills, your diploma might get taken to nowhere.
Can anyone explain to me how I have 2 degrees
I have 2 degrees. Oh, and a certificate. A little extra, right? I'm trying to apply for jobs right now, and the thing is that the only person I have responding to me is a man from a tech company saying, "Hey, you want to answer some customer service problems?" No, Bart, I don't want to answer your calls. No, no offense, but I'm a little more qualified than to be sitting around answering your customer service calls, Bart.
The skills crisis. When you let AI do your homework, you are not just cheating the system, you are cheating yourself because you are not building the skill you will need to survive in the real world.
So how many of you use the AI like ChatGPT or Bard in this discussion? How many of you pulled it up? All right.
Even a recent LinkedIn survey found that 72% of employers believe new graduates lack critical thinking and problem-solving skills.
And another thing, I can't do another day of a resume written by ChatGPT. Bullet points, like it's really see-through. It makes me feel like you're a bit lazy. You can't even spend an hour writing your own resume.
A McKinsey study warns that by 2030, up to 800 million global workers could be replaced by automation. And right now, guys, most of the time we are thinking that AI would make our life easier. But what if it's making you obsolete? Because letting AI cheat for us is not just about grades. It's about missing out on the muscle memory of critical thought, problem solving, analysis, because we will need these skills the moment we step into the real world job.
This is the most humbled I've ever felt in my life. I'm literally holding resumes, a stack of them, so that I can go in person to places and say, "Are you guys hiring?" It's honestly a little bit embarrassing because I'm literally applying for like minimum wage jobs, and some of them are being like, "We're not hiring," and it's like, what?
The AI job bloodbath. Now let's talk about the world outside, the job market.
Especially for young college graduates in fields like tech and finance and consulting, the job picture is just much worse than it was.
The entry-level jobs, basically, if I say it in one word, they are slaughtered. Big tech giants slashed entry-level hiring by 25% in 2024, and startups cut back 11%. Even IBM paused hiring for roughly 8,000 roles, assuming AI would take over those tasks. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg said it himself, AI will replace humans in many roles.
I think this year, probably in 2025, we at Meta, as well as the other companies that are basically working on this, are going to have an AI that can effectively be a sort of mid-level engineer that you have at your company that can write code.
And on top of that, right now AI is writing its own code to avoid human shutdowns. And according to the Anthropic CEOs, AI is already replacing routine jobs.
Well, the CEO of Anthropic is saying this could be 1 to 5 years when we see some sort of wipeout of entry-level positions.
And it's just the beginning. Because according to the Q1 2025, the New York Fed reports recent college graduates unemployment at 5.8%, which is up from 4.5% in 2024. Underemployment graduates stuck in part-time on unrelated work is over 41%. And in the Silicon Valley, they call it the experience paradox, because companies post junior roles but hire seasoned pros with AI filling the rest.
You have not met expectations for performance. We've decided to part ways with you.
Even HR, marketing, and sales jobs are shrinking as AI takes over routine tasks. Goldman Sachs predicts 300 million jobs could be lost to AI worldwide.
Goldman Sachs says up to 300 million full-time jobs around the world could be affected by artificial intelligence.
So you can graduate and still find yourself stuck at home, scrolling job boards.
I double majored in mechanical engineering and physics for my bachelor's degree, then received a master's degree in mechanical engineering this May. For the last 6 months, I've applied to just about every engineering job within an hour of my home that I've come across. A little over 50 companies, many times multiple positions within the same company, and some are still pending. And so far, I have only received rejection notices. Some of the positions I know that over 20 people applied for a single position, but it's still frustrating. I definitely thought at this point I would have at least one job offer. Yeah.
But here is the kicker, guys. When customer complains, companies scramble to rehire humans again, like the recent example of Klarna.
This company fired 700 people, then lost almost $100 million in 3 months. Klarna.
When Klarna AI fired 700 employees, replacing them with AI, but when customers backfired, they had to hire humans back. And the question here is that, is everything doomed? The answer is not if you choose it differently, because the very same technology fueling this crisis also show us the path forward.
The World Economic Forum estimated that AI will replace 85 million jobs by 2025, but it also estimated that AI will build or create 97 million jobs by that same time.
Like the World Economic Forum says, the jobs of tomorrow will go to the best humans, not the best AIs. Even McKinsey and LinkedIn, they both report skyrocketing demand for emotional and social skills, which is basically in communication, leadership, and empathy.
According to LinkedIn, the technology has led to the creation of new jobs. 10% of roles advertised on the platform today didn't exist 25 years ago, such as AI engineer, sustainability manager, data analyst, full stack engineer, and social media manager.
Because all these are essential in an AI world. And if I conclude, all of these guys become the worker that AI needs, not the one it replaces. So, to the graduates of the 2025, my message is clear. Humans are still needed, but only the skilled, the creative, and most of the time the adaptable, not the ones who let AI do their homework. And remember, the most powerful role a human can play in this era is the one that requires a human touch. Digital Detective.